Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you'd like to see how I get my brows like this, then keep watching. So just real quickly before I start this tutorial, I have all my supplies right down here on what I'm going to be using, and I'll talk a little bit about them as I proceed. Okay, so now that I'm ready, we're going to go ahead and start. So first thing is first, I have my brush. This is a dual-ended brush from e.l.f. So it has a spoolie on one side and then the brush on the other side. I think y'all can see that. So yeah. Now, starting out, I used to use the e.l.f. cream eyeliner in medium brown as my dip brow, but for some reason, I find that the new formula of the e.l.f. dip brows are different, so I no longer use that. I mainly just use my Anastasia dip brow and the pomade dark brown. That's what I usually use. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. My mirror is right here. I'm going to go ahead and start by just brushing out what little brows I do have. And just brushing those out. Trying to make it look a little bit better than what it is. And they definitely are different, very much so. Okay, if you can notice in this video, like this brow, it's a little bit darker and this is a little bit more scarce and stuff. So what I choose to use is this pencil, and this is by L'Oreal, and this is the Brow Stylist Sculptor. It comes on two different colors. It has a dark brunette, and then it has this shade in, what's the shade name? I'm trying to make sure. Doesn't say, but it's like a deep brown. So, and it's a pencil, the one you sharpen with. So I just use this to just lightly make the front of this brow, my left brow, look a little darker in the front, because it has a lot more hairs than this does. So that just helps with the beginning process of trying to make them look better. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my brow. And I'll just start by outlining this one, just because this one is already pretty much done. And I'll just make a line down the middle. I'm not going to go all the way just because I like to try to match them out first. Get them same height and whatnot. Okay, I'm going to go and make this one, this side, a little darker. Outlining the shape that I have already for this brow. I'm not a perfectionist. Well, I am a perfectionist. What I meant to say is I'm not a professional. This is how I do my brows. This is how I, like to do my brows every day. My brows do change sometimes just because sometimes I rush to do them and sometimes I take my time. So, they change, not drastically, just subtle. So yeah, I'm not a professional. This is just what I do. So, this is how I wear my brows, and everyone has their own way of wearing brows and how they wear theirs and whatnot. Okay, so if you heard that in the beginning, that was my phone ringing. This is why I sometimes hate filming during the day, just simply because everyone's calling, telemarketers and stuff like that. But it's fine. I just edited it out, so it's fine. Okay. So I look in the mirror to see if they're about the same height and stuff, and that's my lamp that's going in and out. I think it needs to be changed soon. Let me see. Okay. There we go. So, I'm looking at the light, and they look about the same. Sometimes I'll take the same L'Oreal pencil and I'll go in just to fill in any scarce areas that the raw pomade doesn't show up that well on. So it's usually the front of my brows and then the tails where my hairs are scarce. I usually like to use 3 different concealers. I usually like to use 2 of them I've been using for a long time. It's the LA Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn. Y'all know what that looks like. And then it's the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 30 Cafe. So these 2 are my go-to. The 30 Cafe for me is more of a natural brow look. The LA Pro Girl Conceal is a little bit more of a higher up look. This new concealer I used yesterday, I just got from the AOA brand, the Wonder Conceal in Biscay. In the video I filmed, I said that this may be too light, which it is too light because I tried it out. But I actually kind of like the way it did my brows, so I'm just going to use this one in the video since it's my newer one. So, and I don't use a lot because usually I mess up on this part too. So you see how that's like really light? So if you have a color like this, this would definitely be for an occasion where you want your brows to stick out, you know? And with this, you definitely have to blend, because I blended yesterday and then I went to put my foundation on, and you can definitely still see this on. So this is one of those concealers, if you have a color like this, you definitely want to blend, especially, you know, this color complexion and you using this color concealer to, you know, clean up your brows. You definitely want to make sure you blend it out really, really well so that it doesn't look doesn't stick out too much. The brush I usually use is a brush. I got it from my a collection brush set, excuse me, from Amazon. So it just looks like this. It has a flat top. It just looks like that. There's no names on them, but it's just like a bamboo set. It was a 12-piece set. So I usually, at this point when I'm doing my makeup, I usually like, you know, start priming my face and color correcting my dark spots that I have. So I usually am doing that, but because this is just an eyebrow tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and blend this in now. So, and this, with this concealer, I found that also the longer you wait, the more it, you have to blend more. You see how like it has that white cast in the front? This is definitely one of those, when you put it on, blend quickly. Like I said, this is how I do my brows. You can choose to do your brows any other way. This is just how I choose to do mine. And I'm just pulling my forehead up so I can make sure that I'm blending it out the best I can. Now, sometimes when I'm doing this and I'm in a rush, I can tend to mess up. Today I didn't. This brow, if you can see, it's a little bit off because I went too far down with the concealer, so I'm just going to take my dip brow and do that briefly, but just try to blend this out. And of course, you know, I don't wear my face like this. I'll have a full face on, so, you know, I don't have to worry about this. But you see, you know, it has that light still, so you can see that, you know, I cleaned up my brows, but it's not too much light. And me personally, I never clean up the bottom of my brows. That's why I'm always careful when I do the bottom, because I never clean it up. I don't know why, I just never do. So, yeah. Pretty much it. Like I said, I just want to fix that line because it has to be a straight line. And I will say, honestly, I usually don't set my brows. Just simply with the fact of, one, this Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade is really good. It doesn't really move. I work as a nursing assistant, you know, all year round. So, you know, when I'm giving patients showers, anything like that, the room can be steamy and hot and sweaty, but my eyebrows don't move, so I really don't have to set them. And then that's why I also use the concealer just to clean them out. I really love the way my eyebrows look, and you know, even though I just got this concealer and it looks too light at first, I really do like the way it applies and it moves out. Just like I said though, you want to make sure that you blend it out carefully, especially if you're on the deeper complexion, that particular shade. And yeah, so this is the final product, as you can see. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Please subscribe to my channel, and as always, like and spam it in the comments and let me know what would you do, how you do your brows, and tell me what products you use.